Schools closing, hospitalizations rising. A lot of COVID news to unpack today. And Way 31's Aaron Dacey sat down with a Huntsville hospital infectious disease expert for some insight into the rapidly changing situation.
I'm here with Huntsville Hospital infectious disease specialist, Dr. Ali Hassoun. Dr. Hassoun, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Hassoun, we were told wearing masks would prevent COVID surges last year. Hospitals filled up, and then we were told to get vaccinated. Then we could take the masks off once we got vaccinated. But now we're putting those masks back on, and hospitals are filling up. A question I think a lot of people are thinking tonight is, there ever going to be an end to this pandemic?
So I think it can, and I think there's a proof in other countries it's possible to control it. I think the issue is our community gonna need to take their part to control that. As you know, the problem is the vaccination rate in Alabama is very low, and compliance with the prevention guideline has not been great. And I think that's the main reason for the surge, because we expected that to happen if we don't have enough vaccination, as the virus continue to mutate, and it's going to cause us trouble if we continue to do the same.
So what about that third booster? Is that going to help?
So my thought about that, the third booster is going to help those who's vaccinated. And I think it's worth to do it because we see some benefit, especially on those at risk. But I think as we go with time, there's going to be some weaning of immunity, and there's possibility everybody going to need to get it. And that's probably September, October. My main concern with this is there's a lot still did not take any vaccine. And globally, there is a very low rate of vaccination. And with all this, that means the virus is going to continue to be around and going to continue to have mutation and can cause trouble. But with all what we talk about, vaccination had made a difference. And we see it in the hospital, in the ICU. The majority who's admitted is unvaccinated.
Now, the multiple school districts across North Alabama are closing schools, and they're sending kids to virtual or remote learning. School just started. So many of these districts had mask mandates in place. So what can we do to avoid having the schools be shut down?
Yeah, I mean, with the current surge and the positivity rate above 20%, I think it's the right thing to go for, masking, virtual education and teaching. And that doesn't mean we need to continue it the whole time. I think with the significant surge, we're going to need to reduce crowding. We're going to need to reduce people who's in close contact, whether in schools, whether stadiums, or even restaurants and other. We need to cut down. I'm not saying lockdown, but I'm saying in certain places, we need to minimize that contact till we control it. And I think we can continue as much as we can, try to live as much as we can the normal life of COVID.
Dr. Ali Hassoun, infectious disease specialist with Huntsville Hospital, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
I'm Aaron Dacey, Way 31 News.